this is Grayman47 coming at you with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a 22 long rifle pistol. It's actually the 22 that I own, and I gotta say I actually love this pistol. So I'm going to talk to you about it, and it's the Smith and Wesson M&P 22 Compact. So before I go into the pistol, just one of the reasons why the 22 long rifle is such a loved caliber is for a couple of major reasons, and one of them is the affordability. The pistol cartridge is a rimfire cartridge that is extremely inexpensive and is a fraction of the cost of like your average 9mm 40 or 45 caliber round. So the 22 long rifle makes it easy to go to the range and spend hours and hours shooting or plinking on any given day. So the affordability is one of the good benefits. Another great benefit for the 22 long rifle is its small amount of recoil. The recoil is virtually non-existent. I'm going to say again, it's virtually non-existent. And it is a great way to introduce new shooters to firearms, whether it be a pistol or whether it be a rifle. The 22 caliber long rifle caliber is extremely low when it comes to recoil. So the intimidation factor is very low. So if you have somebody in the family or a friend who is small in stature, or maybe it's the first time they've ever held or shot a gun, this is a good place to start. And then you can kind of progressively move up from there. But the 22 long rifle is a great place to start for a new shooter. All right, before we move on and actually take a look at the pistol, I'm going to give you some of the specs on the pistol, just so that you know, for those that want to know. The overall length of the pistol is 6.65 inches. The barrel length is 3.5 inches, and the width is 1.48 inches, and the height is 5.03 inches, with a weight of 15.3 ounces while it is empty. All right, so not a bad sized gun. It's very lightweight, just a blast to shoot. So let's take a look at it. All right, before I start, this gun is empty. I check all my guns before filming. It is empty and it is safe. All right, so when you first look at this gun, automatically, if you're familiar with the M&P line, you notice that Smith and Wesson kept this pretty much the same as the other M&Ps. Sometimes when companies make 22 versions of pistols, they kind of look different, or they don't look quite the same as the originals. But Smith and Wesson did a good job making this look like the rest of the M&P line, which I like. So this gun is a good looking gun. The ergonomics are great on it. If we look at the handle, we'll notice that there's some texturing on the sides and around the front strap and back strap as well. So there is some decent texturing there. Now I would go as far as to say that the actual texturing is moderately aggressive, not extremely aggressive. But given the recoil of a 22 long rifle, I don't think that's much of a big deal. I don't see this gun really jumping out of anybody's hands or anything like that. So the texturing is appropriate for the caliber of this pistol. All right. Also, on the left side out of the box is the magazine release. This is one that you can switch to the other side. So if you're a lefty shooter and you want the magazine release to be on the other side, you can make that change. But it's an easy engagement using the thumb, very easily done. Okay, so that magazine release is there. Also, while talking about the magazine, this gun does have a magazine disconnect. So this gun will not fire, even if there is a round in the chamber. It will not fire without a magazine inside of the gun. Some people feel like that is a benefit, and others feel like it's a liability. I'm not going to get into the debate between the two today. I just want you to know that this particular gun does come with a magazine disconnect. All right, so the next thing that we're going to look at is this pistol has an AMB manual safety. So there is a lever on both sides. So if you're a right-handed shooter or a left-handed shooter, it's an easy flick of the switch to engage or disengage the safety. I think they put it in an optimal place, makes it easy to access. So no complaints about the manual safety on this firearm. Next to that is the slide catch. Once you fire the last round, it will open up and lock back for you. So once that happens, you slide your new magazine in, and you can use this to release the slide, chamber around, and then you're back shooting again. My only complaint about this lever is that it's kind of small. It's actually pretty small, and makes it a little bit hard to actuate with the thumb. And I understand that the purpose of that is to keep it as snag resistant as possible, but I think they could have made it just a little bit more pronounced for functionality. And so next to that is the takedown lever. To take this gun down and fill strip is very, very easy. Just bring the slide back and lock it. Bring the lever straight down, and as you release the slide catch, bring it back, lift it up a little bit, and the slide will come right off. All right, so there's the slide, and here's the recoil spring. So the barrel itself stays in place. You just clean the gun from there, and you're good to go. To put it back together, put the recoil spring back in its place. Align the barrel and recoil spring to the slide. Slide it, pull it back, and release it forward. And pull the slide back, or the takedown lever back up, and now you're back in business. All right. All right, when it comes to the slide on this pistol, I think Smith and Wesson did a nice job with the slide on this pistol and designing it. It's a very lightweight slide. It is an aluminum alloy, and it has a black anodized coating on it. So I think the coating on it is very wear resistant, and it just looks good. So again, I think they did a really nice job with the slide itself. I've put quite a few rounds through this, and I see little to no wear. And again, given the recoil of a 22 long rifle, you probably shouldn't see a whole lot of wear anyhow. But again, I think they did a nice job with the coating of this this slide, as well as the design itself. If you look at the breech, there is a window at the top of the breech there. It is a loaded round indicator, so that you can peek down in there and see if there is a round in the chamber. So I think they did a good job with that. That way you don't have to press check and just kind of look and double check to see if you have a round. All you need to do is glance down in the window, and you can see if there is a round in the chamber or not. As far as serrations go on this, I've heard the serrations referred to as fish scale serrations on this particular pistol, on the M&P line. As you can see, I don't know if the camera will catch it or not, but the serrations on this, they're kind of like a wavy design, as opposed to just your straight lines like you typically find. And I guess they're supposed to be extremely functional. I would say that the serrations on this pistol are mildly aggressive also, just like I think most things on this pistol are, because it's a 22 long rifle. So they're not extremely aggressive, but they're aggressive enough to be functional for this particular pistol. Being that it is a 22 long rifle, the recoil spring is extremely light. So to bring this gun back and pull it back is very, very easy. Not much effort at all. Again, another reason why a new shooter might like this pistol and enjoy the experience of this pistol. So that's the serrations on this. Also, as far as the sights are concerned, they are removable and adjustable. Dovetail in the front, just a plain white dot in the front, and then the rear sight is also set up with plain white dots as well, and it can be adjusted for windage and elevation. So they did put some pretty nice sights on this, considering that it's a 22 long rifle. And I forgot to mention the price point that I got this for, I think was $390 or so. So the price point is pretty fair, I think, for this pistol, with all the features that it comes with and the reliability of it, Smith and Wesson quality. So I think that price is pretty fair. Also, in addition to that, I think I failed to mention the trigger. On the trigger is considered a two-part trigger. So I don't know if the camera will catch this or not, but if you look closely enough, the trigger is divided into two parts so that when it's depressed, when you first start to depress the trigger, this bottom half of it starts to be depressed before the top half does. For me, I think it's a little squishy, but again, I'm not going to complain. For a 22 long rifle, it works for me. It's perfectly fine. As far as the barrel is concerned, and it being able to be suppressed, this gun is able to be suppressed. This little cap screws off, and you can put a suppressor, thread a suppressor on this pistol and run it suppressed. So the 22 long rifle already doesn't have an extremely loud blast when you shoot it, but suppressed even lower. So that just makes it even more attractive. Just a fun gun all around, fun gun to shoot. Alright, as far as ammunition that I put through this gun, I've used a variety of different manufacturers and companies, and this gun just pretty much eats all of it. So I think you're safe to put pretty much any brand, at least in my experience, any brand in the gun and it will shoot. So I'm pretty much like most people. When I'm at the store and I'm looking at ammunition, I might pick up a pack or two of 22 ammunition when I can, and I just kind of keep my stock relatively high. And so some of the brands that I do use and have used are the Blazers, the CCCs, also the Remington, and then some of the other ones like the Federal Target Performance. And this gun, like I said, has done well on all of them. All right. So one of the things that I like to do is also recommend a knife to accompany the firearm. And so the knife that I'm going to say is a good match for the Smith and Wesson M&P 22 Compact is going to be the Kershaw Blur. And the Kershaw Blur has aluminum scales with kind of like a rubberized insert, so nice grippy texture. And then the blade itself is S30V steel, so it's a good blade. I know that it comes in different flavors in terms of steel, but the particular version that I have is S30V. All right, so pretty nice knife, pretty inexpensive. I think I paid maybe $80 for it, and so I think that's a good companion with the M&P 22 Compact. One of the things that a lot of people that I know ask, would you recommend a 22 long rifle as a defensive option or a concealed carry option? And so my answer to that, me personally, is always no. Not that you couldn't use a 22 long rifle as a defensive weapon or as a concealed carry weapon. I just think you can find a better round than that with better performance. I always say at least a 380, if not a 9mm. So don't mistake that for me saying that the 22 long rifle is not lethal, because it absolutely is lethal and should always be treated as a lethal firearm or a lethal caliber. But as far as an EDC, I don't typically recommend that as an EDC. So that's my take on whether or not I would carry or recommend someone carrying a 22 long rifle as their EDC. So that's it, folks. That's all I have for you on the Smith and Wesson M&P 22 Compact. If you have comments, or if you have an experience with this pistol that you'd like to share with the rest of us, please put it in the comments section. And I'm also going to ask that you please smash the like button if you like this video. I am going to be bringing much more content to you in the future, so go ahead and subscribe. Like I always say, if you ain't packing, you're slacking. I'll see you when I see you.